Hi, I'm Hal Mason. I'm the assistant head of school at Brookline High School, and welcome to 22 Tappan Street. We are here in the cafeteria space. It's an amazing space. Behind me, you see the overhang that'll be the library, conference room space. Just off to my left here is our theater. But what you're really missing is the view behind you, because behind you is the campus. And you know, when we think about the challenge that we issued to William Rawn, the architects of this whole endeavor, it was to pull together all of these disparate pieces and to come up with something that is really innovative. And they've done it. They've created a space for us that connects. When you come into this building, you're going to understand how connected everything is and the innovative way that we've bridged over to make that connection from this new important building here at 22 Tappan and the entire BHS campus.
They've done so much groundwork for us before we got started designing that really helped us understand the ways that the Innovation Fund could tie into the design. Here at the 22 Tappan building, there's always been this idea that classrooms would be commingled. There wouldn't be the science floor and the English floor, that in fact, on every floor, all those things would be happening together. And so that the very DNA of the building, we've been calling it a quilt, would be a way to encourage those themes that matter to the Innovation Fund and sort of build that idea that's been there for years stronger and stronger.
When we started this project, we spent a lot of time at the school listening to staff, touring the school with students, attending classes, and it's been a wonderful experience. One of the things we learned working with Hal and Anthony is the story about the Innovation Fund's Experiential Physics program. They were looking for space larger than a classroom that had storage that gave them space to spread out and to do physics experiments. There are certain elements in the design that support the sort of project-based learning. One is the balcony where they can do gravity experiments, dropping things down to the floor below inside the classrooms.
So one of the things that the Innovation Fund has certainly been doing with the Hub advisory program, but even other programs over the years, is this idea of focusing on students feeling like they have a real sense of place and community, understanding their identity, finding their home, finding their niche. And so a lot of the spaces here in this new 22 Tappan building had to do with those ideas. There are these collaboration hubs, spots through the building where students could gather for those hub advisory programs. There are places like the new White Box Theater where some of those programs could happen in a setting that's outside of the classroom, kind of a different kind of experience, bring more people together and have some of those kind of events that can really help build community. And throughout the building, there was this idea that Hal and Anthony talked about a lot and other teachers talked about of having an adult presence in different spots. Tutors, guidance, assistant principals, staff are distributed in spots throughout all 4 floors here, so that wherever you are, that sense of finding someone you can connect with, who can help you and support you, is throughout the whole building. And those are themes that really matter to the Innovation Fund.
One of the things that's so important about the fund is that they've created opportunities for staff and for students. And those opportunities happen in all sorts of serendipitous ways. They don't always happen just inside the 4 walls of a classroom. They happen outside a classroom at a picnic table. They happen on the field. They happen in little areas all around the campus where students get together, where students find their own home, where students find the thing that they're going to remember about their high school experience. We all like to think that it's the English teacher, the science teacher in their classroom alone that defines high school, but it doesn't define high school for students. What defines high school for students is the connections they make. And it's so important that the fund creates opportunities for kids to have that type of experience, whether it's in their experiential physics class or in their scholars class or in advisory, all of those other types of experiences. And one of the great things about this whole project, going through it from the very beginning, from the blue sky ideas through all the architects, through Ron, through all the engagement that we've had and members of the community have had, is to create all of these spaces that will allow Brookline High School, even a much larger Brookline High School than many of us are used to, but will allow that same high school to still feel like a small, loving, caring place that we all know and adore.